All right, so it's a very strange pack, honestly, because we don't have good like removal options. There's imprisonment plus wolf strike, but there's some stuff going on here. Faithbound Judge I find to be quite a good card. It's slow, but white decks in particular aren't that fast. Even the more aggressive white decks like blue-white depend on a lot of disruption to make sure they're maintaining a positive clock. So besides having a 4/4 defender just means that you're going to be able to eke up a couple of turns with this. If it trades, you're pretty good with that. Brambleworm is also strong. I think I'm going to go with Faithbound Judge. Evasive, way cheaper, keeps the curve low. But yeah. So, this is another easy pick. So, one of the tips I have to give is like, everyone talks about pack one, pick one, and how just look for the strongest card, bro. Like, just pick the strongest card. I think at this point in Crimson Vow, a lot of people got a good handle on that. But where things get trickier is the stuff that people don't talk about, like pack one, pick two. So I'm going to talk about pack one, pick two, basically for any set. So there's two questions you ask. What is the best card in the pack? Okay, well, Circle of Confinement, Restless Bloodseeker, not quite yet, but maybe Flame Breather. And what's the best card for me? What's the picks for me if I stick to my first one? Well, Circle of Confinement is the best by far. So there's this overlap of it's the best card from my pick one, and it's the best card in the pack. So this is a very easy and ready example of that. Yeah, and now we've got some choices here. So Traveling Minister versus Fierce Retribution is a little bit tougher of a pick than you might imagine. A lot of people have Minister as their top white common. I think I do as well. It's just very good. It's proactive game plan. But you need removal in this set, and Fierce Retribution can do quite good in a lot of white decks. It's not one of the best removal in the set, but it's quite good. These are also the best cards in the pack. They're right on the plan, so we don't have to make tough choices here besides these white cards. So I find Fierce Retribution is tougher to pick up than Traveling Ministers. I'm quite happy with either of these. I think I want to get my removal in. Faithbound Judge is kind of like this defensive card as well. So I'm quite happy with this. And now we've got a good example of off-color decisions. So we know we're white. There's very little chance that we get off of this white train. I think we've got a good white start. And it's very hard to get off of that, which is okay. I love that. So the best card for us is like a Vampire Slayer. This is not very good. What's the best card in general? Well, we've got like these blue cards. Winged Portent's not that good. Like Stitched Assistant's pretty solid. Flame Breather is quite good, but it's not so good in the non-blue decks. Like, I think Stitched Assistant is in general better than Flame Breather, but Flame Breather has build around upside. So I'll take Stitched Assistant because we've got Flyer some good removal spells, so there's a good chance that we end up in blue-white from this position. Now, let's continue asking the question, what is the best card for us? Well, this is now a multi-pronged choice, because now we've got a couple lanes. We've got a mono-white lane, and we've got a blue-white lane. So what's the best card for our mono-white lane? Griff Rider. Not that good, right? What's the best for our blue-white lane now? Well, Lantern Bearer by a lot. We compare those, and Lantern Bearer is the best blue common. Doesn't even compare here to Griff Rider. Now, what's the best card in the pack? It's probably Lantern Bearer. So here we've got a win. So this decision-making structure is kind of how you want to go. So let's continue asking this important question. What's the best for our mono white lane? Traveling Minister easy. What's the best for our blue white lane? Diver Scab. We also consider signals now in Crimson Vow. Signals start at around pick 5. So we've got a good idea that blue is open. We're probably going to be in blue. So yeah, Diver Scab is the best card in the pack. It's best for the blue-white lane. It's best for the blue lane. Yeah, I think it's better than a Traveling Minister here, so I'm going to pick that. I don't think you're going wrong either if you pick a Traveling Minister there. I think it's okay. So now we're into the filler. And we do have some questions here. Like Perish Blade Trainee, it's just not that good. Like you play a 1/2 and then attacks for it as a 2/3 on turn 3 or 4, and 2/3 on turn 4 attacking, not that good. Attacking turn 3 with a 1/2, not that good. It's just not a good card. Scattered Thoughts is probably the best for our blue lane. I'll go ahead and take that. I don't think Piercing Light's a bad choice either, necessarily. Okay. And now, Scattered Thoughts, another one. Scattered Thoughts isn't like a card you have to go too far out of your way, since Crimson Vow is a very, like, aggressive format. Early development is quite important. So, I don't think we're on that, but Kindly Ancestor is a disturbed creature, and it's a white creature. So this goes into our good white picks, our good blue-white picks. Like, yeah, this is a great pick 8. Okay, and now we do have choices here. Alchemist Retrieval is pretty good here. It's one of the ways you want to interact and slow the opponent's aggression while you poke in with your Lantern Bearer. I think a Binding Geist is probably a little better here. Just get our creatures. Hey, Vitroxity, haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Yeah, you're in. We've got a kind of the theme here for this draft is what questions to ask. So here, nothing in our colors, but Kessig Flamebreather goes well with blue cards, so maybe if a couple of these wheel, we have a pivot point. Not too worried about that. Piercing Light now, it's fine. Vampire Slayer's fine. Siphon Essence, not bad. Okay, so now we've definitely got a couple of directions going on here. So we really want to play these white cards. So let's look in the pack. Wow. Nebelgast, Beguiler. Bleh. Yeah, so the white pick's not happening here. The blue pick, Syncopate's alright, Spirit is fine, Scab is fine, Consuming Tide is extremely bad. So basically this comes down to a couple of different directions. Skullscab is the most powerful pick here by quite a bit. A Flamebreather wheeled last time, so I'm not sure if picking a Flamebreather here is the best option. I think I'll go with the Skullscab. Maybe there is a chance that we just end up dropping this white. I can't imagine, but I'm not really in the mood for picking up anything else here. Alright, and we continue to kind of get the not good picks for us. Celebrance, the most powerful card in the pack by far. There's a Flame Breather here, but I don't think a Flame Breather and Celebrance is the reason that we want to jump into a blue-red lane here. No. If there's an Abrade here, there's a definite chance, because these white cards are not good. This blue card is questionable, but yeah, it's extremely questionable with the picks I have. Nothing really we're interested in. Repository Scab plays best with the Skullscab. It continues building on this blue base. It's the safest pick. I think safe picks is what we want, because from this position, we might be dropping a lot of white cards. Okay. And let's see. So Flame Blessed Bolt is here. There's also a Panic Bystander, which is okay in blue whites, but not premium or anything. So my picks are like a Panicked Bystander, a Flame Blessed Bolt. I don't think these black cards are where I want to force the Skull Scob from. I think I'm on Flame Blessed Bolt here. I think it's okay missing out on this white card here. Turning into a 3/5 is pretty solid, but yeah, I'm not feeling it. Oh yeah, that you can see blue-black from here. Yeah, I could, but this is kind of setting up to be a very low-powered pack and kind of yikesing out pretty hard here. I mean, I could take a trick. Not that good. I might just take this Evolving Wilds. It's seldom that you're in a place where you want to take the fixing in this format, just because you're usually scrambling for playables. But I just... What am I going to pick? A Sure Strike and Adamant Will? Another Siphon Essence? Yeah, not really feeling that. So I've got bad choices all around this pack. Wow, what a disaster. I still think we're making good choices here, but pick 5, a Binding Geist. Maybe we can find a Signal from here. I'll go ahead with Retrieval, because the one way I can see us coming out terribly from this draft is if we don't have enough playables. I'm pretty sure blue is open, so I'm just going to take this card I know will be good in blue-red, blue-black, any blue base here, because I'm definitely not taking this Beguiler at this point. Grizzly Ritual, I could like if I knew I was heading into black more so here. Okay. So that's a reason to hop onto this blue-black train. The question is can I reasonably do it? Like, this should not be in the pack. There's no way 6 other people aren't playing black. This is a first pick. If you get second pick, you consider yourself lucky. But now I can expect maybe more good black cards to come this direction. I'm seeing good blue cards here, so we're rewarded for staying in this mono blue lane. So we correctly identified that mono blue was a for sure lane for us. And we're setting up for a very nice blue-black deck, I think. I think it's very possible to end up in blue-black from here. I need to start padding my playables more so. Persistent Specimen has more upsides here, I think. I don't think it's a crazy card, but I also don't think these blue cards are that great. Bleh. Okay, I mean, I might be on this Alchemist Retrieval. I might be on another Specimen. Maybe we highly look for... Yeah, maybe we highly value the Exploit now. I mean, there's a Mind Leech Ghoul. Yeah. Yeah, I think blue-black is happening because we got this late bleed dry. Like... to get the Skull Scob, we had to drop like 2 white removal spells, a good white flyer. But since we got a free bleed dry pick here, the game completely changed. Now we're giving up all this white for a couple of great blue and black cards. And then there's this pack. Then there's this pack where Wedding Announcement is an absolute bomb. So I'm going to pick it. It doesn't mean we're blue-white, but it means we're blue-white. Like, come on. This card, like, it's decent even on, like, turn 6 or something, but it's just utterly insane, nearly unbeatable on turn 3. So we still have all of these white cards that are great to play with our blue cards. So yeah, get him my deck. For sure. Yeah, now there's a Lantern Bear. I think this black is definitely starting to get away. Hey, Penny. Uh, yeah, we're in a really exciting draft. Like there was like a pick 7 bleed dry here and so, a bad pack where we started off strong in blue white and then like we started trailing into blue black and blue red. So there's been a lot of crazy pivots. But the theme of this draft was just asking all the right questions. Basically, what's the best card in the pack versus what's best with what I have. And we asked that question, what's best for what I have with every lane we're in. So like mono white, mono blue, and blue white, and blue black. It's just a very good practice. So I need to talk about the pack. Lunar Rejection is good. It doesn't permanently deal with anything, but it's very strong. Valor Stance, on the other hand, is both a combat trick and a removal spell, and it hits quite a bit in the format. There's a lot of toughness matters. Maybe we wield this Cruel Witness. We're just in a very fantastic place here. Yeah, if you've watched my tier list video, Brian Comer, I'm super high on this card. This card is insane. It's really busted. We have 3 Lantern Bears already. Just even a Kindly Ancestor. So this deck is going to be very, very strong. So get in my deck. Okay. So talk about a couple of cards here. Circle of Confinement. It's a very good removal spell. It's not quite as versatile as the burn spells, but it's quite good. Ceremonial Knife is actually great in blue-white, is one thing. But I think just the ability to tempo, and plus we might get another knife from this position. Yeah. Just for the record, Gutter Skulker wasn't in consideration there. I don't think Gutter Skulker is that good. It's not that it's a bad card per se, it's just that you have to play an immense control game with it, and that's just not how Crimson Vow works. And it's expensive. You want to keep the curve low. I think I'm going to take a Foreboding Statue here. This card, it ramps you. It makes a threat. Quite good. I like it. Alright, now... I mean, I could play this Entomber. I don't think I want to, but there's a Supernatural Rescue. I don't think I'm that desperate to turn this Brine Comer on more. I wish we had a Nurturing Presence now, but... Okay, and now there's a potential Scab here. Let's see, how good is it? I don't think it's that... it's a lot of instant cards, but one of them's Piercing Light. It's not terrible. I think I just want more cheap interaction. I don't think I need to load up on questionable 4-drops. I'll take a Chill the Grave now. Like, we came out very nice from this pack. It just seems like quite low power overall, but we're making this work. There's a Nurturing Presence. This card is going to be quite good in our deck. Yeah, Cradle. I might play a Cradle. So, I'm very high on blue-white this set. I think it's not one of the top archetypes, but on average, we get a Scab anyways. I don't think I'm playing that. But it's a very, very, very strong archetype. Incredibly strong, really. Just because it can take a bunch of mediocre cards and play a very strong tempo game with it. I like that. So I've got a few ways to make use of this Entomber. It's not out of the question, but it's definitely not one of the better cards here. Got to make 2 cuts here. Let's see. Maybe it is a cradle. Maybe I'm not that desperate for auras, I don't think. It can help. We just don't have any of the 3/3 birds. I thought that we might get those, the 4-drop 3/3 birds, but turns out we didn't really. That's fine. Sell-off Entomber doesn't threaten the opponent that much, so I'm not that high on it, even though we can definitely make use of it. Maybe this next retrieval is just unnecessary. Yeah, I've got pretty good amount of interaction. There's also, like, I could cut the repository scob. I don't think it's, like, too crazy, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think any of my exploiters are bad in this deck. I think Chill the Grave is going to be quite good. Siphon Essence, I think, is going to be okay, but it's also a reasonable cut. Could go with the Scob here. I want to keep my curve low. So I think this is the deck. Let's see. I wish the Crimson Vow full art lands weren't so expensive on this. Like, I've got a bunch of gems, but they're like 5,000 or something. And you don't even get, like, Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow. You just get Crimson Vow. That's super expensive. But let's get into this. I think we're gonna have a good time with this deck. It's very possible that I was supposed to take the ceremonial knife, though. That's one pick that I'm not sure that I did correctly. And I think 17 lands is here. I think after this game, I'm going to get rid of the Evolving Wilds. I think that's a very questionable part of this deck. Okay. Aggressive Lantern Bearer Clocks. Okay, that's a good card. It's very unlikely that my opponent's going to want to remove either of my Lantern Bearers here, so I'm pretty okay there. Got a Valor Stance for their 4/4 Menace creatures. Belligerent Guest. Now the question is, do I want to get a... I think I'm playing tempo. This is a very tempo-oriented deck. I think I want to do that, so I've got a very clean turn to Scattered Thoughts. Maybe it messes up their curve. Their deck is quite the threat so far, though. Okay, they just replay that. That's fine. Now I get to go grab some goodies. Well, I need my double white, so I think I'm going to go with Plains plus a Faithbound Judge. Get a free Binding Geist in the yard, and that turned out pretty good. Now play out a Faithbound Judge. I'll make use of my mana. Turn off a Diregraph Scavenger by just making this Belligerent Guest smaller. So if they go like Blood, remove my Judge, I'm in a pretty okay spot. And if they represent a removal spell here, I think I'm going to... or a combat trick. If they represent a combat trick, I think I'm going to block the Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay. They can't even, so I think we're in a very, very strong position here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's not going to get much better than getting rid of a Blood Tithe Harvester. Even though it's not the greatest threat to us right now, it's one of the few ways that they offset the tempo that we have. Now we have Valor's stance up. I think this game's going to be locked up. And that's how blue-white plays. Worth noting that the opponent has nothing but action going on here, so... Wow. Because they've missed a land drop or two here. They get to start making some tokens here. Maybe try grind me out. That could be a threat. Kind of feels like they have well, I don't think they have a pillar here. Or not a pillar. What is it? The Flame Blessed Bolt. But they don't have it. But they didn't use their blood. They have a handful of action. We've got Valorous Stance to protect the Judge. Protects against everything but Bleed Dry, but they don't have their double black, so... I mean, they've got card advantage for days, but... Yeah, they opted... Oh, they don't even have a creature to return. Okay. Well... That is a way for them to get back in the game, but I'm not sure it's quite enough at this point. Could consider killing the Gluttonous Guest. It's going to gain him a lot of life. I just don't think that that's how I want to be using this. Oh, God. Okay, and opponent's also just going to find out that we have this bomb in our deck. Yeah, I'll play this out, draw an extra card. So, they might opt to attack here. If they have a trick in their hand. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make mine indestructible. Because this is just gonna be very tough for them to beat. As is. So, glad we didn't kill the Gluttonous Guest. It's allowing them to extend their life a little bit, but... Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got choices here. In that... These Revelers get quite a bit worse whenever you've got two of them. So, both of them are equal threats, which means that this circle on either of them might not actually be worth all that much. There's an argument for getting rid of this one because they can double sack, gain 2 life, but I think the correct answer is to just get rid of this Gluttonous Guest. And yeah, they crack it because otherwise they're going to be dead to a single Lantern Bearer. So yeah. Now, activating Reveler is not an answer. And I think I'll go to tap down one of these just because getting a few extra points of life and then somehow grinding out. Oh. Ooh. Are they going to sacrifice this? They might be sacking it. But I'm going to tap down a 3/3 just because I want them to force them to have the exploiter here. Nice. Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's much ways the opponent is getting out of this, but we'll see what they can... Oh! That doesn't do it, but it's pretty good. Alright, well, we got it. Opponent stumbled on lands for a second, but they had a handful of action. Was pretty strong there. So is everyone liking the deck? I like it. Yeah, I think the deck is quite great. It's got a few awkward things about it, but it has all the building blocks that you really want. There is like an argument for going down one land. Like going down one land and then not playing the Diver Scob. But I just like Diver Scob too much. I think it's a great card. I can't even remember what I picked over Ceremonial Knife, but I feel like the knife was a great pick that I just didn't take advantage of. Hand looks great. Okay, that's a card. I guess I'm just playing Binding Geist and passing, since I'm not winning this race in the air at the moment. Gotta be very careful about this Bloodcaster doing Bloodcaster things. So, I've got a choice here. I think holding up Scattered Thoughts is just where I want to be at with this hand. But, like, I could attack the Binding Geist into this Cradle of Safety. I think that might be a play for a later turn. I like my chances against black-green. I don't think it's a very good archetype on average. Spiked Ripsaw, ooh. That's a card you don't see every day. I don't think it's a particularly great card either. Well, I think I just want to load up on the action here. So we're going to attack in here. So that's the thing. The deck is very solid. And then we also just have this Wedding Announcement floating in the deck. That turn 5 Wedding Announcement from this position is still going to be quite great. And they might be... One of their few outs to this position might just be a Crushing Canopy in the main. So there's a chance that I want to hold up this retrieval at some point. Just to protect the wedding announcement. I think that's a respectable play. I'm probably stancing on their turn. I think stancing is a good play from here. Get to hold up some interaction. Get to draw. Oh my god. So, I think I want to save this Valorous stance, honestly. I might just take a hit for 5 here. Then I can circle on a following turn. Good enough for me. Could Alchemist Retrieval, but I don't gain much tempo from it. So, definitely okay with just passing it up here. Alright, let's start with an attack in here. I don't have blood in this deck, so might as well just play out the planes, hold up Valor Stance and Retrieval. Now I'm going to get rid of their Bloodcaster in the most efficient way possible. So there's going to be a trick I can do, because by far, in their mind, the way that they win this game is by racing me at this point. And I'm going to do something nifty. I'm going to bounce this Ripsaw when they attack and block with this 4-2. That way I still maintain the Valorous stance here. I get to eat a Gluttonous Guest for free. Now they gotta decide if they want to use a removal on that, of all things. Okay, I pushed through 2 extra damage by using this stance here. Yeah, I'm not seeing too big of a hurry in that regard. So let's just go with attack like this. I guess this was a free roll attack, so should have gone for it. But I don't think it matters too much. Now I'm gonna Diver Scab, which is going to give them nothing to put the Ripsaw on. I'm just gonna sacrifice this 2-2. It looks like they're on the Big Butts deck. Now the thing is I don't think they're gonna put this on top. They need better answers than that. Now I hold up Stance, Safety. I just don't see any way that my opponent's getting out of this. Okay. That's a, that's not a great card on this board. It's, opponent has to exile one of their own. This doesn't get to trade with anything of mine. That's a little better, but, yeah. Yeah, I don't think Evolving Wilds is that good in this deck. So they have to chump here. Then I'm just going to play out the Kindly Ancestor. And I mean, I think their game plan is... Did I scry it all this game? No. I think their game plan is to just load something up here. Diagraph Scavenger. Okay. So they're not going to go for the aggressive play here, most likely. So, okay. Repository Scob, Alchemist Retrieval. We're in. Alright, number 5. Look at that. I don't know how many in a row I need to win to get to number 1 from here. Yeah. I think we had a solid navigated draft here. Solid deck. I wish it had like a thirst for discovery. Just a little more card draw. Ways to filter the lands. 7-0 probably gets number 3. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say something like that for sure. Ooh. Playing against the actual factual Scarab God. Okay, so I think this is going to be simple. I go Lantern Bearer, Nurturing Presence, and start clocking. The only... Like, this hand gets so blown out by a Flame Blessed Bolt. Yeah, Penny, this is a super nice deck. It's kind of unbelievable. It's got problems, mainly that it floods out quite easily. But it's got high creature and spell quality. Okay, so now I've got a Chumpy Boy for this Lantern Bearer. So it's interesting what I could do here. I could chill now so I have something with my Repository Scab next turn. I think it's okay enough. It's not great. Kind of gets blown out by other flyers here, but I think this is the route that we want to be on. Why can't those be reversed? Okay, so opponent's gonna play like that. So, they have 3 mana. This is a counterspell or a thirst, so I don't want to do nothing, but I don't want to just run out this Scob. So, I think I'll go for a statue here, and then a Lantern Bearer. Oh, I could have gone in for 1. Oops. Hey, where'd my stickers go? Okay, Piercing Lights. It's not a bad place to be, for sure. Awkward mana. But, this is a pretty easy sacrifice this. Into back like that. So my board's better. We've got they're up on the card advantage, but I've got a handful of action, so I'm pretty happy in that regard. Okay, they just start pumping. Hopefully I draw a land so I can hold Cradle open. Ooh. Opponent does nothing. Ah, Evolving Wilds got me. I keep saying how this isn't a good card in my deck. And I'm right. But I also don't do anything about it, so... Oh, I actually do have this Foreboding Statue, so I can Scob up here into their turn, Cradle Safe, or Chill the Grave. Or even just next turn. Yeah, I think that's the play I want to be on here. I think I'll go ahead and make this an Evasive Big Boy. Hold up my stuff. Opponent knows what I'm playing. I'm not gonna bluff anything here. So I guess I'll get a white here. I've got a double white card in my deck. I think I want to hold up this Cradle at all costs. And they know I have a Chill the Grave. Geist. Okay. So let's go blue. Then let's go Chill right here. And yeah. They might go for the block plus Piercing Light. That's fantastic. Now we're down to the last cards here. They don't even get the Scry. I'm not playing around the board wipe here. I'm just gonna have a hell of a board here. Okay, their best move is that. Acceptable. I guess whites. I'll play this out. I think it's fine to do that. 10 damage, trade some stuff here. They might interact with my board, though, and if they bounce this, or no, they'll bounce that. Do I want to make these trades? I think I do. I think they're not doing much else besides trading here. I'm imagining one of these is getting Fierce Retribution. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So they want that one. Alright. Now I'm probably looking to Fierce Retribution in the following turn. Get rid of the Scob. Start punching. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of this anyways, but now do I even need to? I guess I don't. Blah, Brian Comer. Alright. Brian Comer's a problem here. I think I'm going to see if this, resolves. I guess this plays around Syncopate worse. But, guess I can just attack first. That's acceptable. I kind of just telegraphed everything. Okay, opponent says, I'm a racing. Alright, I'm gonna go for this. Maybe I want to wait till they Brine Comer up. That gives them more options to get plays here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the Scob play now. We're gonna have a bit more of a grinder than I expected here, but we're both flooding out. This is kind of what the decks do. Might expect a nurture. No, he doesn't have any more. Or is I don't think. Okay. Well, these are cards. Whites. Doesn't matter. We swing all out from this position. Alright. Now that we have the Valor stance, I don't think there's a whole lot that's beating us. Yeah, they're flooding. 9 lands versus my 7. So, comparable, but I've had a few pretty high quality cards going through here in my draws. Alright. So, good game on the mirror match. Still number 5. I work hard on these matches, and I don't even rank up. Alright, Vet. Sorry to see you go, but thank you for the good luck. Hope you enjoy whatever it is you're doing. Happy New Year's, if I don't catch you before then. But very nice that you stopped by. You got a premium draft experience here, because this deck is not one that comes around all the time. Or at least one that's this good. And the draft portion certainly isn't as exciting, where it's like, oh, we're in mono blue, where are we going? Whites? No, we're pivoting off. No, we're back in white. Here's a wedding. So, yeah, that's kind of... It was a roller coaster draft for sure. Alright, we're getting paired up against Mythic. That's pretty good. So, I definitely want to go, like... Lantern Bearer Presence. I still haven't taken out Evolving Wilds. Because I'm a funny guy, I guess. So now I risk getting blown out here, but I think I want to get this Nurturing Presence online. Remember, they never have the Flame Blessed Bolt. Okay, now we just have a free turn. I probably want to get, like, their 3-drop whenever they play that. I don't think I'm going to circle this Celebrant. I'm not in any rush to play this Repository Scob. And there's a lot more 3-drops that I care than this 2-1. This 2-1's good, but we're in the air. We don't have to worry about fighting it. 2-1 first strike isn't too bad of a threat. Okay, yeah, that I'll nab that. Well, will I? I can nab it next turn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just play out this 3/3, and then next turn I can go Ancestor Circle. No, I can't. I got 1 white. And I had the Evolving Wilds too. Did I actively mess up? I think I did. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. So yeah, I guess Repository Scob goes up in value here. This is probably as good as the circle's gonna get. But, yeah, the secret to limited is lining up a bunch of, good, double spell plays. And that wasn't it. Well, that's trouble. That's definitely trouble. Styncia Uprising is quite good. Ballista Watcher is quite good. They're at 9 already. They're at 11. They're at 12. Okay. Well, we're going to play out this. And I definitely think this is a game that I'm losing here. Now I'll go ahead and take care of Blood Petal Celebrant. Now they've got a great play of land pass, and what do I do against that? I lose. Okay. Well, we might have a shot. Opponent went for that play. Do they want to do anything here? I don't think they do. So I'm gonna add a blue here. Valor Stance was a heck of a draw. Play a kindly. So the problem is that I can make this indestructible. And maybe that is good enough. I think this is how I win here. But then do I take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7? I gain 3. I mean, I'm in the danger zone of getting blown out here by a lot. Yeah, I think I'm winning off this foreboding statue more than anything, but man, this feels bad. Can I afford? Because I can crack this blood, go up to 13 permanents again. Yeah, I'm not going to save this. I guess I roped out completely. I think that was a tough choice here. I don't like making that choice. I don't think I'm in a winning position. But I think it's the actual best I've got. Okay. So they're not going for the 7 now. Fierce Retribution is pretty acceptable here. This blocks the Visionary a little bit better. Am I really just playing out the Scob? Feel like I need to get some value here. 14. Yeah, I'll go ahead and play this out just as is. Very unfortunate. We need them to not kill our kindly ancestor, but we have plays here. We need to keep them above or off of 13 now, because we're just at too high of risk. Not liking it. Visionary's good because this is like a racing game. Right. Okay, opponent just goes for this foreboding statue. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We need them to not keep drawing value. Now they're at 14, so I can only block one of them. Can't even use Fierce Retribution. Alright. Yeah, they needed to not be drawn all this fat. Is definitely one part of this equation. Stensia is just a really hard value engine to get rid of. Diver Scob, is that even that good here? It's not really. It's okay. It's definitely okay at best. Yeah, that's not where I'm at. Plains is even worse. Now do I kindly up attack in? Probably. I'm gonna drop to like rank 7 here. It's gonna be terrible. Block there, block there. That's what I got. Should have kept the Scob. Gave me a guaranteed play at least. 1, 2, 5, 6. 6 damage. Gain 3 up to 8. I think I'm okay attacking in here. I'm not in a great spot, but I'm okay. Let's pass the turn up. Kill this guy. And yep. Would have been a lot different game if we drew our wedding announcement, but what can you do? For how much incremental advantage that this deck tries to eke out, yeah. Stincia is gonna be a pretty big loss. Great hand. Great hand. It's exactly what we want. So I think last game our best play was going to be Valorous Dancing, making the 2/3 indestructible. But the problem is that our opponent had lethal on board, and they could manipulate their permanent counts to deal the extra reach worth of damage to me. I don't like them just passing here. Steelclad Spirit's great. I trust that card to not deal a whole lot. Yeah, Steelclad Spirit I don't think is a bad card for your blue-white decks, especially. Just because it blocks against the more aggressive decks quite well. I think that's something you like. Of course, Drogskull Infantry is way better at this, but Steelclad Spirit's still acceptable. Extra 4 points of damage with some Lantern Boys. So I quite like that. Opponent has a tough choice here, it looks like. It might have a Circle of Confinement. Nope. So, here I just want attack in the air. We're racing quite handedly. Seems like a Scattered Thoughts, possibly a counter hold up. Nothing. Okay. So now I want to Scattered Thoughts if they do nothing. I didn't want to main phase it last turn because it would give them free use of their mana. Now they might think, maybe I've got to, oh my god. Yeah, that's the stuff. So we've got a lot of good things going on here. And what I think I want to do is Stitched Assistant here. Attacks well. And it's not something I care if it gets countered. So I'm going to play that. I'm going to sacrifice Lantern Bearer so I can get this Brian Comer working overtime. And I think that's a correct place to be at. Opponent's like, Foreboding Statue has outlasted its usefulness this game, I think. Oh boy. So, yeah. Opponent's losing on board. I think. Well, the board's decently even, honestly. But I've got all of this stuff that really destroys the opponent if they tap out or anything like that. Which it seems like they're trying to make use of their mana here. I think it's a position I'm okay with Nurturing Presence doing a thing. And I don't need to rush the wedding announcement. This is turning out to be like a controlling mirror match. I don't need to do this pre-combats. For sure. So, I'll attack in with the Spirit. Now I'll go ahead and target this, I think. Make an extra spirit, increase the clock a bit. I couldn't make use of the extra +1/+1, so I'm doing this post-combat. And, I don't see any reason to rush this board. Like, draw cards, opponent. Which they haven't shown that they have. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on with this opponent's hand. But this is why Brian Comer's good. One good target, and now all of a sudden we're in an excellent spot. Now we're threatening this Lantern Bearer attachment, which will just put the race completely out of their reach. And yeah, it's definitely just not where they want to be. So they're holding up mana to deal with that when it happens. Yeah, I'm very close to being in a spot that I just start going all in. But opponent's saying I'm leaving up my mana. That's what I'm doing. I want to Drog Skull Infantry here because I think I want to trade this assistant away. I think it's a fine trade. Forces more pressure, and maybe in a following turn, Brian Comer can get in for a couple points. Yeah, and they say, happy to make that trade. Well, I don't think they're happy, but I think that's the only way they can make that trade. They haven't shown, like, a counter spell, but like, I can just go Diver Scob, not even worry about anything. And what this will do, the reason I might want to do this now is because they've had some time to draw Scattered Thoughts, right? And I think Diver Scob has the least likely exploit that I want to actually use. Okay, so they do have by invitation only. That's unfortunate. But, yeah. Now we get to do this. And say Brian Comer here. So now they're in trouble. They absolutely can't continue playing that slow game. And the way they're playing makes me think that they have a lot of interaction on my turn, like counter spells and such. So Dorothy. Okay, they've got an imprisonment. That is so bad. So, okay, I've got a free turn to do a bunch of stuff. So let's start by killing this Dorothy, I think. It's not the most value, but I don't actually need to do that. They might be willing to just trade here. Now, let's attack in first, see what their plan is. Do I have a bounce spell in here? No. Something I could consider doing is lantern bearing up this binding geist. I don't think that's a place I need to aggressively be going to. Especially when I've got this Scob in the wings. Do I even care about this Dorothy? I guess the one thing is that... No, I do not. I've got a Chill of the Grave. That's pretty good. So, here's what I think we're doing. I think we're sacking this off. They can't use the blood. And we're gonna pick up... maybe a Scattered Thoughts. Scattered Thoughts is not so bad. But Chill the Grave just does so much pressure, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's go Chill the Grave. We have enough card advantage here. So, there was a consideration that I could play around by invitation only. Wasn't a bad thought. It did cross my mind, but it didn't. I didn't think that it was a position that I really cared too much about. I could easily recover, so I just wanted to attack when the openings were there. So they can attack me all they want. I think they're hovering over this Drog Skull Infantry. And I think it's a good thought, simply because it's not something you want to go for in this position. But the game's slipping away from them. They definitely know it. Main phase Thirst. Yeah, I think I want to chill now. While their blue is down. I think that's a good place to be in. Oh yeah, Circle. Well, Circle deals with Dorothy cleanest. I think where I want to be at is just using this Binding Geist on the 1/1. So, yeah. We're in a good spot. Ooh. I think I want to, I probably want to do that, right? An interesting thought is that we're getting into Repository Scob range into by invitation only. Supernatural Rescue. Okay. Doesn't untap it, but it saves them some life, and oh boy, does it make this circle quite good. Question is, do I want to just circle right now? I think there's a good likelihood that I do. Like, just eliminates the targets for any aura shenanigans. Okay. Let's see, 6 plus 8. There's still a little bit or 6+2 is 8. They could go land, repository scob, buy invitation again. So I think it's interesting. They've played a very controlling game, and I made some concessions to that controlling game, playing a safe route for a lot of them. Pushing when I think it's going to be mana inefficient. Okay, and now they're just looking in the main phase for anything, so they're not going to get a board wipe here. They're just looking for a block and a bounce. So yeah, and this is kind of how imprisonment. Yeah, I already had lethal, but just opponent saying, "Hey, I found something." Still number 6. Man, I'm never gonna get anywhere. I'm forever gonna be the number 6 drafter in the world. This sucks. 4 wins with this deck. It's interesting. That game is basically how, whenever I did the Arena Open, how all my blue-black versus blue-white games went. Yeah, this is a good hand. We're missing a Lantern Bearer, but we're going to draw one. But yeah, it's just a very, like, it's very reminiscent of the control mirrors in, like, constructed formats. I can't circle that. I don't think Fleeting Spirit's that good, but it's definitely making things awkward for me. I'll say that much. I think we're going next turn Foreboding Statue into Circle plus Ancestor. I think that's still the plan. I get tapped for a bit here, but this might make him not attack with the Fleeting Spirit. But Catilda, this card is very good. This card is an excellent, excellent card. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna go for this circle. Like, I think, like, they could go kill spell on their own thing. Like, that's a possibility. I don't think it's a good one, but I think it's a possibility. Okay, and now we just go Kindly Ancestor, and I think we're starting to win this game. So the plus side about Circle is that I think it's better in best of 3 than it is anywhere else. And there's a very specific reason for that. And I could have considered presencing up the Kindly Ancestor, but I don't like playing into all that open mana. But anyways, it's because Circle of Confinement, more than it is like an actual just good best of 1 main deck card, it's very specifically good against all these white and blue disturb cards. Like, if you circle on a Lantern Bearer, you are golden. And for the record, when I just said that statement, this is a good main deck card. I generally prefer, Okay. I just generally prefer Sigarda's Imprisonment, usually. Opponent's saying that they might want to block here now. I want to get better Chill of the Grave value, I think. So the question here is, I can Nurturing Presence on this Ancestor. It makes it a little less good. Because this gives them a good target for them to kill. If I put on Lantern Bearer, that makes it awkward because now I'm threatening a flying Kindly Ancestor. So I think I'm in the mood for this. Opponent didn't attack, so I think they're telling me that they want to trade in this position. So, just get in. Oh, Penny. Full of NyQuil. Everyone's asleep and I'm full of NyQuil. I'm ready to draft. Well, definitely best of luck there. Yeah, tell me how you do. Yeah, that's a pretty good. They get the value. I don't think Resistance Squad is usually that good, but they definitely got the value this time. I don't think I want to chill at this moment. Yes, please. That's a pretty good outcome. So I think I'm chilling this. Could circle on this squad, or on this witch rather. That might be pretty good. I think I can afford to wait a turn, see. So how does ranking work in Arena? It seems like I can't lose rank when I lose games. So, like, the probable reason for that is you're probably in bronze, I imagine. Or something, or like silver. And there's like... I don't know entirely. There's like minimum ranks that you can't drop from. Like, once you're in... Oh, you got to plat? Oh, you're on a roll, man. I'm gonna tap down this Odious Witch. So yeah. Once you hit like plat or diamond or a new... Oh, Heron of Hope, yeah, that's gotta go. So once you hit a new... like breakpoint, I guess, a new layer or something, whatever you want to call it, you can't actually... Oh yes, please. You can't actually lose the rank when you lose at the minimum level. But like if you're plat 2, you can lose rank. So you might be plat 1. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not the best multitasker. But that's my explanation for it. And it didn't always used to be that way, if I recall correctly. No attacks. They're saying they don't have anything. I could circle on this Minister. That gives them attacks. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attack in here, I think, with my fly boys. And I'm going to circle this Minister. It gives them attacks with the Odious Witch. I just don't want to deal with that. They've already... Okay, they've had enough. They say they don't have any outs to this, so... good game. We had some nuts interaction. But yeah, it's not until you get to Mythic that it's all game. You can just lose forever. Or rise forever. Which... In proper grind set, though, we never lose. We always make the absolute best decisions, never misplay, and when we win, it's because we were 500 IQ. When we lose, the opponent got lucky. So that's all there is to it. Draw, yeah, just draw your cards when you need them. We only lose because we got unlucky. Okay. Currently waiting forever because there's no Mythic players to go up against. We just beat them all. We just lined them all up and we got them. I don't actually know what the cutoff anymore for Mythic rankings, because you can hit a point where you get like so low that it just gives you a percentage instead of like an actual numbered ranking, which is a little strange and kind of feel bad. But it used to be like after the top 1,000, I think you just started dropping. But now it's like I've seen people ranked 1,700, so it's probably a relative value thing. All right, what's going on here? Oh, we're in. Yeah, it downranked us. But these sneaky diamonds, you gotta watch out for the sneaky diamonds. They're always trying to steal your rank. And for what? For one little bar on a series of, like, 6 bars? Nah. Okay. It's not a Flame Blessed Bolt on turn 1. That's good. That's a good draw if we get a land here. But we might not get a land. But we've got good options to kill stuff. I'm not trading with a 1/1. It's not a good trade. Ooh, that's a good circle target. And in fact, I think I'm going to do that. We have very little else that we're trying to do here. And again, like I said, this card is very specifically good against like white and blue, and kind of decently okay against everything else. So now we drew our land. We're a little bit behind in this land race, but it threatens to trade with the Ancestor. I think that's good enough for me. We've got a bounce for whenever they attach this, so we're still going to be winning here a race if we go for this trade, and I think that's okay. They might be straight up looking to kill this. I don't think that's the best choice for them, but I mean, I don't know their hand. It might be the best play. But it definitely... Oh, Sigarda's Imprisonment? No! So here I am talking all this trash. But kind of one of the main ideas is that I can get a lot of value out of this going to the yard, but they're like, I don't want it to go to the yard. I'm like, dang, bro. Why you be like that? So I can sacrifice it. That's probably a pretty good play. We'll just attack in, see if they have the 1 mana removal. We're still racing. Just right now we're exploiting. Get some free extra value here. But missing the land has put us quite a bit behind on tempo this game. Not a big fan. I hope they just go imprisonment here, nothing else. Eh. Stitch Assistant's a little bit of a better attacker here. I think I want to Binding Geist this up. No blocks. What? Oh, that's a card. But now I'm not that happy about this position. I think I'll go ahead and do this. And I want to Geist up one of these, because these are definitely a massive threat. Huge threat. Now the question is, do I want to get this Foreboding statue online and threaten to trade? I think I want to do that. This could backfire on me, but the opponent's not clocking me very hard. We still have removal for their Celebrants when they drop them. If that's their only attack, maybe I can take one more hit. Hold up some bounce for a piece of interaction against a combat trick. Okay, that's a very good pickup. So for me, I'm attacking with these three. So now there's an interesting choice here. I can either Foreboding Statue to Kindly Ancestor and guarantee I have 2 mana, or risk this being killed and making that mana kind of go into the Aether. I think this holds back the Epicure enough that I want to do this. So now I'm in a very good spot. I've got my interaction up to protect against this Ancestor boy. But now it's awkward because this doesn't bounce off of that with Minister in play. Did I attack with this and they took it? I'm down for this play. This is so good for me. It's going to allow me to use my mana and bounce whatever they have. Maybe they have a Bolt? Okay, nope. Okay, well, I think I'm attacking like this. They probably block there. Oh, okay, they want to use it to hold off the 2/3 for the next Ever. Okay, makes sense. Very strange game, I think. They might just buff up this Epicure and swing in with that. But then there's also this where they have just more life swing here. So I can respect that choice. Okay, so I'll make a white here. I will Evolving Wilds, grab a blue. I'm not going to save this if they kill it. And if they kill it, I think we're in a good spot. Foreboding Statue is such a threat. I love this card. Yeah, not the best draw here. Go ahead and keep swinging in. There's got to be a point where they have a, okay, they have a piercing light. They're going to get to scry, so that's some value I've got to consider here. Exploit is pretty good on this board, so I'm going to go ahead and save this right now. So, very nice. Does make me a little softer here to tricks, but I don't think they have tricks, honestly. They haven't really represented it. We need to main phase this because this checks at the end step. We can actually draw a Faithbound Judge, so here we want to leave up 2 whites. I guess we have planes in hand, but we technically have 1 blood creation in this deck. So I'll get rid of Lantern Bearer. That makes quite a bit of threats here. Ugh. Right on cue. I'm not playing around a board wipe here. Because if we think about it this way, playing Faithbound Judge right now plays around Celebrants, which is a much more common card to see. Just helps us race better. They might be going for a... Okay, they got Valor Stance. They don't wanna kill this thing. Killing this thing's a bad, because this is a pretty slow game. I've got life linkers. I basically want to disturb this at this point. Okay, Markov Waltzer. Go for it. Unfortunately for them, it's a little late for that. So the thing is that if I trade with the Stitch Assistant here, the good news is that now Judge blocks their whole board forever. So I don't think I need to get quick on putting this Faithbound Judge anywhere in particular. Oh, what? Did I just attack in with that? Oh, I'm so... getting too cocky here. Getting too cocky. What did I mean by this? Okay. That was just a bad attack, I mean. Kind of silly. Starting to flood out a bit here, but pretty slow game here. And this Faithbound Judge is just gonna start taking over the game. Yeah, it was a pretty good pick. When it's that versus burn spells, I'm probably still on the Faithbound Judge. It's not quite a bomb. Ooh. It's a pretty good nab for them. They've already used a Valorous Stance, So, huh, okay. They want to gain, okay, they want it to be a blocker. Reasonable. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and block on this. Probably just better. And then I'm gonna go for killing the voice. And that should get it, I think. Want to do it sooner than later, give them as little outs as possible. That's a fantastic draw. Now you see in the Lantern Bearer bad attack. Yeah, it's all coming together now. It's all right there. Brian Comer's not the best on this field, but like, what can I do? I can Lantern Bearer up now. And I think that threatens lethal. We'll see if that threatens lethal. I don't think playing out the lands actually matter anymore. So 7, 8, 9. They have one blocker. 10, 11. Okay. Ooh, oh my god. Well, that would have changed the game quite heavily here. All right. Oh, by the way, something I've been saying in like all my videos and on all my streams is that the Decathlon Finals is going to be Crimson Vow draft format. That was incorrect. I don't know how I came to that conclusion. I just saw draft and I'm like, oh, it must be Crimson Vow, but it's actually the Arena Cube. And haven't done it before. I know that... Oh, what a weird hand. We're going to draw a Lantern Bearer and just curve out on the opponent, though, so this is okay. Oh no, opponent's doing it to me. Oh, you got a nice blue-red deck? I'm so big on blue-red. It's very good. Hopefully they just sack. Bleh. I'm on a slow play here against a little bit of a neat curve out here. Probably gonna see a stitchy boy here. 3 mana open. Well, I'm gonna need Wedding Announcement to come back from behind here, so I guess I'll just start off with a Brian Comer. If it's a Syncopate, this is a big hit to me. But if it's a Siphon Essence, we're golden. Okay, Thirst. Now the question here is if I want to trade off. If I want to trade off here, that's with the Spirit. The reason for that is that in blue-black, they're looking for exploit fodder. But this gets in the way of that. If I trade off. It also gets some Lantern Bearer in the yard. But, okay, so, yeah, that would have been a good trade for us. Opponents saying, yeah, that's a pretty good place. I'm not going to block this. But getting this Brian Comer through ended up pretty okay. I mean, now I think I'm just slow rolling this my plays here. If they've got a Bleed Dry, like this is okay here. I don't have double white to make a double play next turn. I do have Chill plus Nurturing Presence next turn. Maybe that's good enough. But I'm going to have a lot of things to sack to Repository Scab, so I think I'm in a good spot here. So yeah, let's Nurturing Presence up. I'll give us some neat attacks. Looks like a bleed dry. Totally fine. Still got our 1/1 out of it. It seems like they're on a counter spell that they really want to get through to get value with. But I still don't like this position necessarily. Okay, so yeah, they're getting that going. Totally acceptable. Focusing and winning a game? Yep. That's how you do it. Best of luck in your game, Penny plays. So the question here is, how do I want to do this? I think I want to just drop a wedding announcement here. Very mana inefficient here, but I think playing a wedding announcement and then just getting bodies is correct. Right. Uh-oh, opponent. I mean, they're doing quite good. They make their Stitched Assistant fly, and then next turn I'm looking at, like, Chill into Repository Scob. Yeah, it's a play. They definitely want to get this trade here, and I think I do too. They have Grasp. Should have gone for a triple block. No reason not to triple block there, I think. 4, 5, 6. I think I actually might not be getting that much value out of this Scob, which is unfortunate, but I think it's a good spot for me to be in. It's gonna be close. And I think I want to chill at the beginning of their turn. So I think we're stabilizing. Last turn was a misplay. I should have just triple blocked. There was no real reason not to. So I think I'm on Scattered Thoughts in the main here. Retrieval is good. So is Circle. Why are these cards all so good? Like, Cruel Witness gets missed by Valor Stance, makes me not want this, so I think I'm okay with getting a Circle plus a Retrieval. I think that's where I want to be at. Now the question is whether I want to hold up Siphon Essence or play out this Binding Geist. I think I need to push pretty aggressively here. Pretty good aggressive plays for my opponent here. Not blocking any of that. Oh, it's a Repository Scob. Grabbing a... Oh, it's a Witness Future. That's not so bad. I mean, the cards they got were absolutely terrifying, but not so bad. We're in an okay spot here. Scary for sure, but we're in an okay spot. So let's see, I have 7. I want to go 4. Yeah, I have enough to do everything I want to do. Okay, it's just a statue. I think that's going to be a little bit too slow for their game plan. So let's start off with a circle here on that Stitched Assistant. Well, we know we're going to get some... I can't attack in with all of them, can I? So let's just go like this. Make things awkward for my opponent. They don't know I'm about to just murder their board. But they are respecting the tempo. Putting respect on the tempo. Yeah, this is okay. Clears the way for everything else. I don't gotta worry about crackback. I had to respect it. Now I don't. Let's go circle on the Stitchy boy. And let's go for a main phase Alchemist Retrieval. Now I've got Siphon Essence, and I think we're doing pretty good here. Siphon Essence doesn't resolve. We're still resolving a Diver Scob. Yeah, I'm not letting that resolve. No! No, no, no. I think I start off like this. Look for some action. No need to Diver Scob yet. They get a free block here. I push in just a little bit more damage. And now I play Lantern Bearer. I've got so many good plays from here. Oh yeah, they couldn't get back anything because they put back like Bleed Dries and things like that. Well, that's spooky. That is a very, very spooky. Oh my god. We still have a good play against it though. Like, we get to, what's that 2/2? Oh my god. The synergy. Look at the synergy. Respect the synergy. Oh my god. Okay, well, it's probably a good point to Scobby Boy away. Actually, I think it's just a human. No, Do I get this Lantern Bear in the yard, or do I just use it to push damage? I think I just use it to push damage and get a nice little chump block here this turn. Okay. Yeah, let's actually... No, we got 4/6 and a 4/4. Yeah, this is totally just gonna be doing one of these things. Now, the question is what do I Lantern Boy up? Probably this, so I hit in for 1 billion damage. Gives them a good target, though. I don't want to give them a good Diregraph Scavenger target, so... let's just, make a 3/3 or this 4/4. They're gonna have like a big old 5/5 next turn. This already can attack into this board, so I'm gonna make this human fat. That's what I'm gonna do. It doesn't play as good around Alchemist Retrieval. So maybe that was a reason. Oh my god. I'm scared. Has 2 damage on board. Can go into a Mind Leech. Okay. Like, they can get 4 damage on board very easily. So that was very spooky. It was a spooky game. Opponent was out-tempoing me hard. Oh yeah, Penny, turn 1 Lantern Bearer is so good. Yeah, turn 1 Lantern Bearer, it just feels like... You just feel like you're winning right from the start. It's such a good card. Oh yeah, I guess that's 7 wins. That's it. That's the draft. We went up from 7-1, we went up 1 space. All right then.